Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Hannah here. I'm sorry about my absence. I've had COVID and it's took me a good couple of weeks to get over it and get back to normal again, so I do apologise for my absence, but I'm back again, and as promised I'm going to teach you how to do puff stitch today. So this is the square that we're going to make today. I hope you enjoy it. So I've used some more scraps of wool that I've got in my stash. So today I'm using white, this grey here, and this like dusky pink. And as I always say, it looks complicated, but it really isn't once you break it down into different steps. You can choose to make this all in one colour. I chose to do it in 3 different colours, because I like the little dark bit here to make it stand out. Okay then, so let's get started, shall we? So move that out the way. I'm just going to bring you a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. And we've got our trusty scissors and my number 5 crochet hook, because I'm using quite chunky wool. Okay, right, so we're going to start off with the grey, which is we're just going to do the grey in this little bit here. Okie dokie. So we're going to start as we normally do with a slip knot, like so, and then we're just going to do 4 chains. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to join it together to make a little ring with a slip stitch like so. So we have a funky looking circle. Then we're going to do 3 chain, which counts as our first treble, and then we're going to do 11 trebles into the ring. So that's classed as 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, make sure we're crocheting over our tail again, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So with the 3 chain that we started with and the 11, you should end up with 12 trebles going round, which is quite difficult to see with this dark wool, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going to join in the top of our 3rd chain with a slip stitch, like so, and then we're just going to cut that off and then sew these bits in. I mean, you can do this at the end, but I like to do it as I go so that I'm not haven't got loads of ends to sew in later. That's what you start with, this little circle here. Okay, so now we're going to change. I'm going to change to my white, because hopefully you'll be able to see a lot better then. And we're now going to do this round here. Okay, so we're going to start off with a beginning not popcorn, did them last week. I'm going to start with a beginner puff stitch. So I'm going to join in my bee, my colour bee, and I'm going to do 2 chains, which counts as the first of the half trebles. So our puff stitch are going to consist of 4 half trebles. So that's our first half treble. And if you've forgotten what a half treble is, if you look back on my previous videos of my other squares, I've shown you how to do a half treble in them, but I'll show you again here. So a half treble, we're just gonna, we pull it up and then we go round, and we would then go through them 2. That's the whole 3. So that's classed as a half treble, but we're not going to do that. So I'm going to just put my yarn over, go back into the same space, and then just pull it up. Now you want to not have it too tight, but keep your tension fairly taut, but not, you don't want to have it like here, because when I show you what you're going to do next, you're going to need a bit of give to put your hook all the way through again. So that's your first half treble, that's your second yarn over hook, that's your third, and then this is the fourth. Okay, so you should end up with 2, 4, 6, 8 loops on your hook. Then you're just going to put your yarn round again, and you're going to put it all the way through, like so. And then you're going to do 2 chains. And that's what you do for your beginning one. So we do 1 chain to close the top of the puff stitch, and then another chain so we can travel to the next stitch. We've done it in that stitch there, so we're now going to go to the right to the next one, and you're going to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and they all go in that same stitch there. And then you're going to put your yarn over and pull it through all of the loops. This takes a bit of practice. There, then we close the top of the puff stitch up, and then we do another chain. So you should have closed the puff up and then put a chain in between each one. So I'll show you how to do one more. So we're going to go into our next one. So that's 1. 2, 3 and 4. Then you're going to pull it through all of the stitches like so, and then close it up at the top. So that gives you a cute little puff. And then you're going to do 5 chain, so that's going to make your corner. And then we're going to do 3 more puffs. Oh, I've only gone through 1 loop there to go through the top of the stitch there. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Round over hook, pull it through all of them, and that last one there, and then we're going to close the top of the puff stitch. Then we're going to do 1 chain and do it again in the next one. 1. Oh, I made a mistake there because I went through it. So round over, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, round, yarn over hook, pull all the way through, and then close the top, and then you're going to do one more in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then pull it all the way through and close the top. So you're going to do that in the next 6 stitches, making sure that you do 5 chains in between, and I'll meet you back or back over here on the corner, and then I'll show you the next row. Okay, it takes a little bit of practice, this one, so go off and have a little practice and have a little go at it. It will take a while. It took me a long time to get these looking neat, and I'll see you back for round 3. See you soon. Okay, so I've gone all the way around with my 5 chains at the corners, and then I'm going to join at the top of the puff stitch. Now all other times I've been telling you to join at the top of the 2 chain or 3 chain that you started with, but not this time. I'm going to tell you to join at the top so you can work out what the top of your puff stitch is. So if you pull your little wool, you can see a little hole here. That's the top of your puff stitch where you pulled the yarn through. So you need to put your hook in there and then do a slip stitch through there, like so. Now I don't want to start my next popcorn here because we're now going to be doing this row here, round here. So I don't want to start my popcorn on the top of this one. I want to start it in between these 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch into that 1 chain space. So bring my yarn through and then just slip it through like so. Okay, and then we're going to do a beginning popcorn again. So we do 2 chain, class as the first half treble, then yarn round into that 1 chain space in between them 2 puff stitches. 1, 2 and 3, and then pull that through. Then you join it at the top, which is then where you get your little hole, which is for the to make for the top of your puff stitch. Then you want to do 1 chain, and then we're going to skip this one here and go into this space here. So that would be 1, 2, 3 and 4. Pull them all through like so, and then join at the top, and then we're going to do 2 chains to take us to the corner. So 2 more chains, and then in the 5 chain space we did in the previous round, you're going to do 5 trebles in there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Well then, yep, you guessed it, we're going to do that all the way round. So I'll take you around this edge here like I normally do, so do the start and then that edge. So now you need to do 2 chain after your 5 trebles, yarn over hook. Now you want to go in between these 2 here into that 1 chain space. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And join it at the top. Oh, I split my wool there, just bear with me. we go, join that with a slip stitch. Then we want to do one chain, go in between the next two here, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and join that up, and then 2 more chains, and then we just copy doing that all the way around. So you did a beginning popcorn, 1 chain space, another not popcorn, sorry, puff stitch, because we've done a bobble, we've done a popcorn, and this is puff stitch. So we done a beginning one, then we did it 1 in the 1 chain space, then we did 2 chains, then 5 trebles in the corner, 2 chains, 1 puff stitch, 1 chain, 1 puff stitch, 2 chain, and then we're going to do 5 trebles again into this one. Sorry about that, getting me popcorn and me puff stitch muddled up. They both begin with P, leave me alone. Okie dokie. So as usual, I'm going to leave you to carry on going round by yourself. I'll go off and finish my round, and I'll meet you back at the beginning again. Okie dokie, have fun. Okay, so here we are. Hello again, back at the beginning. So I've gone round the corner with my 5 trebles and my 2 chains. Then we're going to join at the top of the puff stitch, so find your little hole. So find your little hole there, and you put your hook into there, and then join it up with a slip stitch, and there you have it. Okay, so I don't want to start the next popcorn up here, I want to start it in here, so I'm going to slip stitch into there, then 2 chain, and then 1, 2, 3, because the first 2 chains are our beginning half treble. Okay, and then you're going to do 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to skip these two chains here, and you're going to treble in the top of that treble, like so. So you're going to go into the top of the treble, you're going to treble in there, and then you're going to do 1 chain, then you're going to treble in the next one and 1 chain, and then we're going to do, so this will be classed as our corner now, this one here. So we're going to do 1 treble, 1 chain, and then back into the same space to do another 1 treble, 1 chain, and then back into the same space again. So you want to do 3 trebles and 1 chain into that 1 space, like so. So you've trebled in there and in there. Now you're doing 3 in the corner there. And then we're going to do 1 chain again and treble into the top of this one, 1 chain there, and treble into the top of that one. And then you're going to do 3 chains again, 1, 2, 3. You puff stitch in between these 2, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Close the top of that. And every time I go through, I keep splitting that last stitch. It's very frustrating. Okay, and then you're going to do 3 more. And you're going to miss this popcorn and this 2 chain space. Popcorn, I said it again. Puff stitch, I mean. God, getting on my own nerves. Right, and then you're going to do a treble into the top of there. 1 chain, another treble, 1 chain, and then you're going to do your 3 trebles in there with a chain in between them. So we started here, so now we've got like a little triangle effect going on here. We did a beginning puff stitch, 2 chain, then we trebled 1 chain, trebled 1 chain into them 2 stitches, then we trebled 1 chain 3 times into the same stitch, then we did 1 chain, 1 treble, 1 chain, 1 treble into them 2 stitches, then we skipped this one, and in between the popcorn, I did it again, puff stitch. You know what I mean. So we did 3 chain, another puff stitch, 3 chain, and then we're going to do exactly the same here, there. Okay, so hopefully I haven't confused you too much with my puff and my pop, and I'll go all the way around and I'll meet you again back here. Okie dokie, see you soon, bye. Okie dokie, here we are again. So I've gone round my corner here, should have 7 trebles in each corner. Then I'm going to do, I need this to match up with this, so I'm going to do 3 more chains like so, and then go into the top of my popcorn there like so. Now you can stay with the same colour, but I'm going to change colours. Okay, and there you have your second section. So we had the little wheel in the middle, and we've got our like our little flower going on with our puff stitches. Okay, so now I'm going to join in my pink. So I'm going to join this on this first treble here of your 7. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trebles there. So I'm going to join my yarn into that first one there. And then I'm going to do 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that classes them 4 chains. The first 3 chains is my treble, and then that's the 1 chain. Then I'm going to treble in this one, and 1 chain again, and 1 treble in this one, and 1 chain again. So you go do it in the first 3, and then on the 4th one we're going to do what we did here. So we're going to do 1 treble, 1 chain, all into that same treble there. Like so. So we started here at the beginning of the 7. That's your 3 chain and your 1 chain space. 1 treble, 1 chain, 1 treble, 1 chain, and then 1 treble, 1 chain 3 times into this same stitch here. So it should be your 4th one along, which will be your corner. And then 1 chain, 1 treble, and we do that 3 times. Whoops, haven't had much luck. You should have seen the trouble and mess I've been getting into off camera. Okay, so there we are there. So we've gone around that little corner there. So in this space here, we're just going to do 3 trebles with no chain spaces. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to do the same again in this 3 chain space. So you're going to skip the puff stitch completely, and you're just going to do another 3 in there. But before you do that, make sure you do 1 chain space to do 1 chain. So no chain here, just 3 trebles, 1 chain, and then we're going to do another 3 trebles. Sorry about that. 1, 2 and 3. And then we're not going to do one chain here either. We're just going to go straight into there and do a treble, one chain, and we do this 3 times. And then you're going to do your 3 trebles into here, the 4th one along. So you're going to do your 3 trebles and 1 chain all into this same space here. There. And that's all there is to this row. So we started here with 4 chain, classed as 1 treble and 1 chain. Then we did that 3 times, and then we did it again 3 times on the 4th treble, and then we did it again 3 times with here up to here. Then we didn't 1 chain space here, 3 treble, 1 chain, 3 treble, no chain there, and then we're going to do exactly the same round here, back around here again. Then you do your 3 chain, 1 treble, 3 chain all the way around, and I will meet you back at the beginning again. Okie dokie, I will see you soon. So here we are, I've gone all the way around, back to the beginning again. But then I'm going to join with a slip stitch, so count 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and join with a slip stitch into the top of that 3rd chain, like so. So now we're going to do this row round here. This one here. So it's very similar around the corners again, you just keep adding extra trebles as you go round. So we're going to do 4 chain again, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is your 1 treble and your 1 chain space. It's just slightly different in between. So we're going to do 1 treble in there, 1 chain. We're going to do that 4 times this time. Which includes this one here. So we're going to do that 4 times. Then we're going to do our 3 trebles in the same space with 1 chain space in between. And then 1 chain, and we're going to do 1 chain, 1 treble 4 times. But don't do 1 chain here. So now we're going to do a treble into the top of all these 3 trebles here. And then another one into this 1 chain space here. And then another one into the top of the next 3. So that sort of joins that gap up together. Whoops, I split my thread again. There. Okay. So it's another fairly easy round. We started here, so we're doing 1 treble, 1 chain 4 times this time, and then our 3 trebles with 1 chain between into that stitch, and then 1 treble, 1 chain into them 4 stitches, then a treble into the top of your previous 3 and your 1 chain space and the next 3, and then you do that all the way around. And then your last row, you just basically treble on top of everything you did before, but I will show you. Okay, so I'm going to go off and finish until I get to here, and I'll meet you back at the beginning again. Okie dokie, see you soon. Okay, so I've gone all the way round. I'm going to join with a slip stitch again to the top of that 3rd chain of the 4 chains that we started with, like so. And then we're just going to do exactly the same again all the way round again. So I'll just take you round one side. So 4 chains again, classes as your first 3 treble, oh dear, first treble and 1 chain, and then I think this time it's 5 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then your 3 into this space, into this 1 chain. That's 1, 2 and 3, and we've got to go into all of these ones 5 times this time. So we went 3, 4 and now 5. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more, 5. Then no chains, then no 1 chain. Then you're just going to treble into all of these next 8 trebles. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and then 1 chain, and then you just carry on like so. It's funny doing textured stitches. It does like to, you have to encourage it to be what you want it to be. Okay, so you're going to do 5 trebles and 1 chain, then 3 trebles and 1 chain in that same space, another 5 trebles and 1 chain, 8 trebles straight across, and you're just going to do that all the way around, and then that completes your square like so. So I hope you enjoyed learning the puff stitch, even though I kept calling it a popcorn. That was the previous one. So far we've learned to double crochet, treble, a bobble, a popcorn, changing colours. So we've covered quite a lot in this mystery blanket tutorial, using up all my scrap chunky wool. I haven't quite started joining mine together yet, but once I start joining it together, you'll all soon, I'll show you some pictures of it. If you could share some pictures of yours, that would be amazing. I have a link to my Handmade by Hannah Facebook page. If you could take some pictures of what you've been doing and put them on there, that I'd be really interested to see how good a teacher I am. Okie dokie, I think there's a couple more squares that I'm going to show you. and then I'm going to start joining mine together, and then we will start something new. Hopefully I will see you next time. I want to thank all my current subscribers. Obviously, if you're new to this channel, please think about subscribing and liking. Ring the bell so you get a notification of every time I upload a video. I think I'm getting better. I still don't English very well, but I think I'm getting there. Okay, well, you all have a lovely time practicing your puff stitch, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, take care, happy crocheting, bye.